I'm Kathryn DeSinaasappelen, and today I have a question for you. Why do you write? I've seen this question making the rounds on the various writing groups that I'm a part of, despite the general consensus that this is one of those there is no right or wrong answer. I don't agree with that, and I'd like to hear what you guys have to say. So leave me a comment. I think when you're a creative type, no matter what your art is, you generally do it because you enjoy it, and you have to enjoy it because typically when it comes to art, you're not going to get paid until you find buyers or you have an audience who is willing to invest in what you do. However, I think that there's a problem in mindset when you have people who will answer said question with, I do it for myself. Because if that's the case, in particular, if you're a writer, there's a genre for that, and it's called fan fiction. I think if you want to make the transition of writing for your own pleasure versus writing so that you can make a living off of it, then you need to get out of that mindset that your work isn't worth paying for, because it is. The main reason on why you should be writing, and something that I don't see out of my writing groups, but I always hear from professional writers, is your audience. Me personally, this is something that I have been really researching in the type of books that I'm interested in writing in, is finding out who my market is and what group of people I would need to focus on getting their attention and bringing them to my channel or my blog or whatever. And guys, can I just say, rating statistics have opened my eyes to the market, which has made me question certain trends that have been going within the writing community. So the first trend that I've sort of noticed within the writing community is this call of action for diversity and more inclusion with sexual orientation. But, and before I get into this, I want to say that I don't think that you should exclude these things. I'm just saying that compared to statistics of people who read books, the vast majority of people who buy and consume them are middle-aged white women. So yeah, that seems sort of counterproductive, especially when 75% of the market is this one group. And what's just like shocking to me is the internet wars that have started over this, that you need diversity, that you need to start doing A, B, C, D with your books. And I know this is going to be the part where I offend people, but I genuinely don't think that you need to do A, B, or C. I'm coming at this as somebody who is in an interracial relationship. So in general, when I read something where there is a romantic plot, I generally like to pretend that I'm the female main character and my husband is the male main character. I can tell you, as a general rule, I do not read interracial themed books because they are written in a way that's just creepy and weird. I don't know if I just don't have luck in that category. Every single book that I've ever picked up that has an interracial theme, it's just, I can't finish it because it makes me feel weird, and it's just like, ew. But what I do appreciate are books where the characters are sort of left ambiguous, that you can picture them as any race, any hair color, any eye color that you want. The thing that is typically described are their characters, which I think is more impressive. So just for me, as somebody who would be interested in a particular subgenre of interracial relationships, which is, you know, diversity, I personally would never, ever consider writing a story where it is evident that the two characters are different races. Because I know just for myself, in what I like to read, I would leave that crap ambiguous so that you all could insert yourself and imagine what you will. But there's also the plus side to this of, if you leave things more ambiguous and left to interpretation, then you can include more people in the market instead of just niching it down to a point where there's a limited market that you can sell it to. I'd love to hear back from you guys on this one, because this question has been gnawing on my brain for weeks, because it's just an interesting conundrum. You know, should you niche down and cater to a smaller market who might invest more because there is a lack of representation within this certain group? Or should you set your focus to a more broad and well-established audience? If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to hit the red button to subscribe and ring the bell for notifications. All my social links are in the description below so that you can internet stalk me at your convenience. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Tootsies, may applescenes. There are times when I have things figured out in my head and then I read something and it's like, nope, you're wrong. I keep thinking I'm thinking too much and just need to write the stories for me and worry about other people later. I don't know. A flame wars that I've seen started over the whole diversity thing. Like, people should just be nicer to each other on the internet.